The business of Lori Harvey. Today we're going to talk about Lori Harvey's success story and why men are so upset about it. What did she do to you? Why are men so upset? Now, first of all, let's acknowledge that Lori Harvey is famous, like it or not. And Lori Harvey has used the Kim Kardashian blueprint to become the it girl. But she did the Kim Kardashian blueprint in a more subtle way, in a more respectful way than Kim Kardashian. I mean, let's be honest. She doesn't have a sex tape. And let's remember, it's not just Kim Kardashian that used that blueprint. She learned it from Paris Hilton. That sex tape that propelled them to fame. Now, when it comes to Paris Hilton, she already came from a respectful background, wealth, a prestigious family, but nobody cared about her. Kim Kardashian, too, comes from a prestigious family. Her stepdad, Bruce Jenner, at the time, he was Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner. But at the time, Bruce Jenner was an Olympian, a famous Olympian. So Kim Kardashian and her half-brother at the time, or stepbrother, Brody Jenner, was also on the hills when she came out. And Kim Kardashian was not 25. She was in her late 20s, right? She used this sex tape. They all used this sex tape to make them a hot topic. Now, this is what's interesting to me. Lori Harvey has taken this model, but she's classed it up because she didn't do a sex tape. She didn't do anything crazy. She's only been a Martha Stewart type respectful woman. But she's dated very notoriously promiscuous men. Now, I was watching this podcast or this live yesterday, and they were talking about how her dating these men, we're going to assume that she slept with all of them and she's quote unquote run through. I hate this term. But you can't assume that. You can't assume that. You would think so, but you don't know that for a fact. All we know is that she has dated. All we can confirm, I don't even know if you can even confirm it, to be honest. But what we have seen is that she's dated these promiscuous men. Famous men. Diddy, Trey Songz, Tory Lanez. And all of a sudden, we're supposed to not have respect for her because she's dated them? Because she's dated a lot of them? There is no evidence that she's done anything other than being a respectful young lady. And it's far better than what Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian have done for fame. So she's used this blueprint to become famous. And she's younger than Kim Kardashian when Kim did her sex tape. Not younger than Paris Hilton. But I say this because it's important, because I've watched these podcasts. People are comparing her to, established celebrities who are veterans and saying, if this celebrity today had a documentary, they would talk about his career. Lori Harvey today, they will talk about who she's dated. Lori Harvey has just launched her fame. She's only getting started. And now she has an opportunity, if she chooses to become a famous person, to become a reputable person. Another person who has used a similar blueprint to her is Karrueche. Karrueche dated Chris Brown. Karrueche was able to utilize the unfair injury of Chris Brown abusing her and allegedly kicking her down the stairs, to which she got a restraining order against him, apparently kicking her. He did some crazy stuff to her, abused her physically, domestic violence. And Karrueche was able to become famous because she got the unfair injury. But when we compare Karrueche to Kim Kardashian, Karrueche was never an it girl. She never was the girl that. Oh, I mean, at one point, people talked about her when we were talking about Chris Brown abusing her, but that was only because we talked about Rihanna when Chris Brown was abusing Rihanna, and it was kind of like we were all curious to see who Chris Brown's gonna date because he's known as, for being abusive. But I say all this to say, when it comes to Karrueche, she's not an it girl. And Lori Harvey has become an it girl. Now, the question is, why are men so upset about this? Why are men so angry? I've watched quite a few male podcasts. They've used all sorts of names to describe her. They seem to be so upset with the fact that Lori Harvey is a success story. And they would say she's not a success story, but let's be real. This girl has modeled for Michael Kors. She's done Paris Fashion Week. She's done a lot of stuff, and she has a skincare line. She has her own skincare line, all by way of Michael B. Jordan, dating Michael B. Jordan. And let's talk about this. Before Michael B. Jordan, she was Steve Harvey's daughter. Nobody really cares because that's like Paris Hilton being, she was a socialite, Paris Hilton, at the time. And this is before the internet. Paris Hilton was a Hilton brat, spoiled rich girl. No one cared, right? But it's having these high-profile relationships that people start caring. Now, Michael B. Jordan really helped in legitimizing her in the public eye because he took her as his girlfriend. He wifed her up, even though he was trying to go the long way, go all the way and marry her. I mean, why would she? Because he's given her the legitimacy, for her to now be elevated in a new way and now respected. And that's when we started seeing all the brand deals come her way. All the collaborations, all the modeling contracts come her way. Her skincare line. It's very similar to Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, yes, she had a show, but she was never really respected. Even though she was respected, she dated all these, people. But when Kanye West pedestalized her, when Kanye West dated her and pedestalized her, he propelled her into A-list celebridom, to the extent that we could now see Kim Kardashian sitting at Paris Fashion Week or New York Fashion Week with Beyonce. This was unheard of before. I remember back in the day, Kim Kardashian would go to award shows and people would say, what is she doing here? They would disrespect her. What is she doing here? But once she started dating Kanye, it legitimized her as a full-blown celebrity as opposed to a reality star. And Kim Kardashian changed what it meant to be a reality star. Today, people have more respect for reality stars than musicians, but it wasn't the case back then. So Lori Harvey has now used this, romance with Michael B. Jordan to now actually legitimize herself as a celebrity. This is all marketing. This is all PR. This has given her the opportunity now to do whatever she wants in her future. This is why she's getting these modeling contracts. And let's talk about how modeling has changed in today's landscape. Back in the day, modeling was really about, hand-picked supermodels. But now it's about influence. Now it's about celebridom, Now it's about being an A-lister. Now it's about being a hot topic. Brands want to associate with people, with influencers, with people that make the people talk about their brands. And Lori Harvey being legitimized as this Hollywood girlfriend by Michael B. Jordan made her a hot topic and now has pushed her into a place now where she could really push her career to a new level. It's up to her. I don't know what she wants to do. Maybe she wants to act. Maybe she wants to become, I don't think she'll become a singer, but whatever she does, she is now fully, all eyes are on her. Everybody wants to know what she's going to do next. And she's now this celebrity. So why are men so upset about it? I think the obvious thing why men are so upset about it is because this avenue of beauty does not apply for most men. Even the most beautiful men, they don't get the same privilege that the most beautiful women get. So they don't have this access to be able to date their way, to superstardom, right? They don't have that ability, but they have other advantages for them. But I can acknowledge that in today's era, it's easier for a woman to become very successful faster than a man. Now, notice I use the word faster. Faster doesn't mean in the long term. And also, when it comes to the top tier, men are still at the top. Now, most men don't have that opportunity. You know, there's the 1% that's super successful, and then every other man who, like, literally most men just don't have the opportunities that most women have to be successful faster. But the question is now, yeah, women have the ability to have more access to capital. And it's because of their femininity and their beauty. And this makes a lot of men upset. But I'm like, ultimately, it is men that pedestalize these women in the first place. Ultimately, it is men that date them, that seek them, that put them on that higher category. So instead of being upset with these women that take advantage of a system built by patriarchy, why don't you dismantle patriarchy? But God forbid you don't want to do that. God forbid you have to stick to the bro code. And so instead of going after the people that are suppressing you, which is the 1% of men, you say, let me go for the beautiful target who really is just taking advantage of a system created by the 1% of men that you will never be because they didn't let you in the boys club. And that's ultimately the truth. You know, that you guys are taking it out on Lori Harvey when you should be don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. She's just playing a game built by patriarchy. The 1% of men suppress the average man, and the average man is so loyal to them like slaves, so loyal to them that they will do anything not to upset the patriarchy, but instead they want to attack the woman who is just utilizing a system that these men have built, this 1% of men have built. It doesn't make sense. So I think the jealousy, that's part of the jealousy. The other part of the jealousy is that they know that they never have a shot with her. They never have a shot with Lori Harvey. It's not possible. So they are upset. And then they go on these rants about how she's not successful, how she had blah, 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 blah. But I'm just like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Change the game if you want to change, if you want. Because if you get to that 1%, you're still going to go and look for women like Lori Harvey. And you talk about, you know, these women being quote unquote run through. They're not running through you. They're not coming near you. They don't even look your direction. Why are you upset of a player that's playing a game and winning at that game? And why do women glorify the Lori Harvey? Because men glorify her first. You pedestalized her first. And we see her playing your game and winning at your game. And now all you guys want to do is bring her down. But you can't. Look at Kim Kardashian. You haven't brought her down. Look at Paris Hilton. You haven't brought them down. Kim Kardashian's a billionaire. Paris Hilton is damn near close to a billionaire. Lori Harvey she's young. She's 25. Kim Kardashian didn't even start with her show at 25. Lori Harvey can do anything now. I think she should do a reality TV show. But whatever she does, the world is her oyster. And we are championing her because this system of patriarchy ultimately suppresses most women. Ultimately, more men than women, but the men are too loyal to their masters that they don't want to fight against it. But it still suppresses the average woman. At the end of the day, men still get the wage gap is still there. So when it comes down to it, hey, we're going to support the woman that has looked at the system and beat the game. And she's going to keep running that race. She's going to keep climbing that ladder. And we believe in her. So go, Lori Harvey. Congratulations. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of you. And we're not going to let anybody say that because you dated these men, who it's the men that we should be questioning. It's the men, Future with how many baby mamas, Diddy with how many baby mamas, Trey Songz with sexual assault allegations against him. Those are the people that we should be looking at sideways, not Lori Harvey. At the end of the day, I still look at her as a respectable woman. At the end of the day, all the modeling contracts are still coming her way. At the end of the day, Michael B. Jordan still try to wife her. So there has to be some substance there. And so I'm sorry, I'm not going to jump to this idea that whatever the stupid things that they say about her. No, I'm not going to jump to that idea. Whatever they want to call her, all the disgusting names they call her, but they don't reserve those disgusting names for Paris Hilton because she's white. Nobody wants to talk about Paris Hilton because she's white. No one wants to bash Kim Kardashian because she's white. But they want to come for Lori Harvey, who hasn't even done a sex tape, hasn't even taken a scandalous photo, who's been classy. All she's done is dated, promiscuous men. And you want to come for her for that? You should look at the men she's dated, not her. She doesn't have the bodies that those men have. She hasn't racked up those bodies. She's been a respectful young lady, and she's playing a game that was built to suppress her. Patriarchy was built to suppress her, but she's playing that game and she's winning at that game, and she's made herself a hot topic. Respect. So the world is her oyster. She's now done the foundational work. Look, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, look, she could have been the respectful Steve Harvey's daughter, but she's not going to be a hot topic. No one would have been talking about her if she was Steve Harvey's daughter who then did a reality TV show. We've seen that so many times. It's boring. No one talks about them. No one cares about them. But this extra oomph, when celebrities date each other, it boosts people's interest in them. Rihanna, Chris Brown, Beyonce, Jay-Z, whatever. Now, Lori Harvey started that by dating all these celebrities, dating Diddy, dating these people, and now she, on her own, is a hot topic. And now that's not going to leave her. And now it's up to her to decide, what is she going to do? She has a skincare line. She has beautiful skin, gorgeous woman, skincare line. Who knows what she's going to do? And I'm excited to see what she does with it. But she has just launched her career. And congratulations to her. And we understand why she didn't want to be wifed up by Michael B. Jordan, because she wanted to stand on her own. I mean, I can't speak for her, but it seems as though she's always been known as Steve Harvey's daughter. She's been known as Diddy's girlfriend, Future's girlfriend, Michael B. Jordan's girlfriend. And once she goes into that wipe, she's hidden. It hides her, And ultimately now it's an opportunity for her to become Lori Harvey, the Lori Harvey. Why wouldn't she take that opportunity? And this idea that she's going to become a lonely cat lady, this is a 25-year-old woman. Come on. 25-year-old woman. And ultimately, I don't know why men are so invested in women's personal lives, and whether they always love to make it seem as though marriage is what legitimizes a woman, and it's not. Single women live longer than married women. Single men don't live longer than married men, and that's the real trick here. Single men who are, it's like they're using women to survive. Using women to survive. So you want to convince us that being a single woman is a terrible thing? No, we live longer. Your Kevin Samuels that you glorify so much is not even alive anymore. May his soul rest in peace, but he's not even alive. So this is more evidence that the people that you glorify, they're not even going to have long lives, most likely. These single men that you glorify. But Lori Harvey, this is a young single woman. The world is her oyster, and she has ample time to settle down if she chooses to. And even if she doesn't choose to, so what? But she can be the most successful person. And let's just acknowledge that. Looking at Kim Kardashian, who is still dating, right out of marriage, she still found somebody. A 28-year-old young man. You think Lori Harvey is going to have a problem finding someone? Especially when she uses this opportunity to propel her career, following the Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton blueprint, but a more classy version of that. Do you think that this woman is not going to find a man to settle down? Do you think that this woman doesn't have men that are proposing to her in her DMs? Do you really think this? And if you do, it's the hateration. Stop buying into the patriarchy, because you are a prisoner to it. And the angrier you are as a man, the more likely you are at the bottom of the totem pole. You're at the bottom of the barrel. And guys, if that's you, stop hating the women or the players. Hate the game. Defeat the game. Defeat the patriarchy. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. My name is Kenim. And guys, Cash App me. I don't have super chats yet. I post every day. I give you guys the business and craft of entertainment on this channel. Guys, support me. Leave me a Cash App. $ KenimOba. It's at the top. It's at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. A peace and stream.